Hey YouTube, Full Throttle here, and today we got another deck profile. It's going to be another updated version of Blue Wave. So yeah, let's do that right now. So for the grade zeros, we have our starter, Blue Wave Dragon, Dagger Master Dracokid. We've gone over this in 2 videos now, so I don't feel like I will have to explain it. But if you need any sort of help on the ability, then just search it up on the wiki. Or just go to the official website, cfvanguard.com. It gives the ability. So yeah. Then we have our crit. 4 copies of the Blue Wave crit. Blue Wave Soldier, Brutal Trooper. Brutal Trooper has similar ability to Dagger Master Dracokid, but instead of going to your soul and counterblasting 1 to give your Blue Wave Vanguard the ability wave second time or more. When your Vanguard attacks, you get to draw a card, it goes to the top of the deck, and then no counterblast. So, yeah. Pretty good effect. It's definitely 4 of in the deck. You need it in the deck. It's a necessary card. And speaking of necessary cards, you need 4 of Supersonic Sailor in Blue Wave, especially, because in Blue Wave, they use a lot of counterblast. So you're going to need that counter charge a lot, because Blue Wave has this guy, Foivos, and Tetra-Drive and Tetra-boil and Wailing Thavas, all being heavy sources of counterblast. So you're going to need Supersonic Sailors, shove it into the soul from the rear guard circle, and then after that you get to counter charge 1. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Very helpful though for Blue Wave. And then we got 4 of Bubble Bazooka Dracokid. You can also run Kelpie Rider Petros if you want. This is just another crit. Kelpie Rider Petros though, I'm going to be trying to get that, but at the moment I don't have them, so I'm using this. It's a pretty good card. Kelpie Rider Petros is. This is just a vanilla crit. And some people ask, why don't you run draws? The reason why I run draws is because while Aquaforce does have a good system of, while it does require a lot of rear guards, almost every rear guard it has, almost every card it has, is not a combo starter. Combo starters are Stacia, Foivos, and Tidal Assault. Those are 3 cards. And with draws, you need to have almost every card in your deck be a combo starter. So, like for machinings, every machining card, and there are only 6 non-machining cards total in the deck. 2 different cards that are not machinings used in machinings. Sometimes 7, depending on how many of Stride Fodder you use, but it's 2 different cards that are not combo starters instead of the 3 cards that are combo starters in this, because draws go for either decks that can convert hand mass into hand advantage, or decks that just need a hand to vomit onto the field for abilities. So that's usually the reasons to use it. And then we have 4 copies of Medical Officer of the Rainbow Elixir, Best Heal. Yeah. And it's just obvious because it's a heal trigger. So, yeah. Let's go into the grade 1s. So, for our grade 1 lineup, we have 4 copies of Ocean Keeper Plato, Perfect Guard. Choose a card from your hand, discard it. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 of your Vanguards that is being attacked, and that unit cannot be hit until the end of the battle. Then if there's another copy of Plato, you can countercharge 1. So yeah, very good for Blue Wave, because that's countercharged in a deck that uses a lot of counterblast for its specific clan. Then 4 copies of Kelpie Rider Nikki, Stride Fodder. It is a grade 1 that turns into a grade 3 when you're paying the cost for Stride, so it's very nice. Then we have 3 copies of Blue Wave Soldier Bright Shooter. Bright Shooter is It's double rare from Clan Booster 2. It's a rearguard circle ability of wave 4th time or more. At the end of the battle that it boosts, if you have a blue wave Vanguard and its card name, choose a grade 3 from your drop zone and put it in your hand. So very good ability for this deck because we run, instead of 8 grade 3s, we run 7. So then we can just keep recycling a grade 3 over and over again. So that's very, very good. Then we run 3 copies of Battle Siren Stacia. Stacia is a great card. During your turn, it can attack from the back row, and when it attacks, from the back row, then it gets plus 3,000 power. So very nice ability. So yeah, and it's Generation Break 1 for that ability. So yeah, it's like aside from Dagger Master, Anger Boil, and Stacia, there are no other Generation Break abilities. So yeah, pretty nice. Now let's go into grade 2s. Now for the grade 2s, we have 4 copies of Blue Wave Marine General Foivos. It's a wave 3rd time only, Counterblast 1. When it attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, it gets plus 2,000 power until the end of the turn, and at the end of the battle, it restands. Very good card. It's a great combo starter. So yeah. Then 4 copies of Tidal Assault. Tidal Assault is a great card as well. It is at the end of the battle that it attacks a Vanguard. If you have an Aqua Force Vanguard, restand Tidal Assault, and Tidal Assault gets minus 5,000 power until end of turn, and it can only be used once per turn. So yeah, it got in the Revival collection. It has a once per turn little text on it, so that's nice. Then we have Blue Wave Marine General Damia. Damia is a great card. It's auto, rearguard circle, Soul Blast 1. When your grade 3 or greater Blue Wave Vanguard attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose your Vanguard and another rearguard, and then those 2 units, and then also Damia, get plus 2,000 power until the end of the turn. Really good ability. Gets everything to just the right numbers. This can attack a Vanguard on its own when that happens. So, great card. So yeah, let's go into the grade 3s. So for our grade 3 lineup, we run, obviously, 4 copies of Blue Wave Dragon, Anger Boil Dragon. It is auto, Vanguard Circle, Generation Break 2, wave 2nd time only. When it attacks a Vanguard, it gets plus 5,000 power. Choose a rearguard, stand it, and it gets plus 10,000 power. You don't have to stand the rearguard for it to get to plus 10,000 power, because you choose the card and then you stand and give it plus 10,000 power. It's not if you do stand it, it gets plus 10,000 power. So that's just a little heads up for anyone that needs a ruling. Then, auto Vanguard Circle. During your turn, when your Blue Wave Marshal Dragon, Tetra-boil Dragon strides, then choose one of your Vanguards. That unit gets plus 3,000 power, and then also wave 2nd time only. When it attacks a Vanguard, choose 2 of your rear guards, stand them, and those units get plus 3,000 power until end of turn. So the standing they get plus 3,000 power until end of turn is the same ruling as the Generation Break 2 ability. So keep that in mind. Then 2 copies of Blue Wave Marine General Iason. Iason is when your G unit with Blue Wave and its card name strides, then you can choose up to 1 Blue Wave card from your hand, call it to the rearguard circle, and then choose a Blue Wave rearguard, and then that unit gets, at the end of the battle that it attacked a Vanguard, choose this unit and another unit in the same column as this unit, and then swap places. So it's an okay card. Better than Blue Wave Dragon, Tetra Drive Dragon, which is Limit Break 4. At the end of the battle that it attacked a Vanguard, if it is the 2nd battle of the turn, then it gets Counterblast 2 and choose 2 cards from hand, discard them, then restand Tetra Drive Dragon if it was the 4th battle of the turn that a rearguard attacked. So yeah, and then Counterblast 1, this unit gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. Not a very good ability, just a filler ability from the Limit Break era. That was a while ago, like to this day, 3 years ago now, from the Break Ride era. So yeah, this is a pretty old card now. So let's go into the G-Zone. So for our G-Zone, we have 4 copies of Commando Thavas, obvious reasons. 4 copies of Tetra-boil Dragon, obvious reasons. 2 copies of Lambros, obvious reasons. And then 1 copy of Artiom because it's blue wave and it's pretty nice ability. And then 1 copy of Wailing Thavas, super generation rare. Generation break 3, when it attacks a Vanguard, your opponent chooses a rear guard of their own and retires it for every time that a rear guard attacked this turn. And then Counterblast 1, Generation Break 2, it gets plus 5,000 power and a Nouvelle Vague L'Express skill for every time one of your rear guards attack this turn. Very nice ability. Then we've got 2 copies of Ice Barrier Dragon. It's pretty nice card. 1 copy of Flosha, also a decent-ish card. 1 copy of Dismal, protector cards. So yeah, that's our G-Zone. Pretty brief. Don't have a lot of storage. As always, thank you for watching. I am Full Throttle. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. If you want to see more of this, be sure to subscribe. If you have any suggestions, be sure to put it in the comments. As always, signing off.